Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Gloomhaven Guildmaster. We're carrying on with the Summoner questline. Having just done one with Berserker, we swapped the Berserker out for the Tinkerer. We've got a little bit of money. It's not enough to do any upgrades such as the speed on the Thorn Shooter, which we do want to do. So we're going to hold off and save up the money a little bit more before we do anything like that. As for the Tinkerer, we haven't done any upgrades on here, and there's so many different things we could do. Really, it comes down to where you want to spend your money, and at the moment, the Tinkerer is pretty sufficient with what they can do. So, the Harrowed House. Ancient records. Put the spellbook you need in the library. Retrieve it. We're going to need to kill all enemies in all rooms, and we lose if the Summoner or the Harrower Elite is exhausted. So I assume we're going to get an ally on this one. It is going to be quite the interesting mission. And an encounter before we get there. The road you are on leads to a narrow cliffside path. It's the only route in sight to reach the bottom. You begin your descent. You notice the cliff face is becoming smoother as you descend. Mysterious etchings and carvings start to emerge as you examine the wall. They begin to morph into shadows that swirl and dance about the surface, seemingly leading you along the wall to a spot on the ground. Tucked into a small cove at the base of the wall lies an urn with a small quantity of coins inside. I would normally take the gold, but I'm not sure it would actually give them to us, so I think we'll just move on without it. Unnerved by the magic at work here, you decide to press on without interfering. The School of the Great Oak had once maintained a library of magical tomes north of Mudview. After a great accident, now only remembered by Orchid elders, the library and its knowledge was abandoned long ago. That's how the legends go, at least. Now, locals give the crumbling building a wide berth, claiming possessed warriors defend the ancient and powerful magic within. As you approach the library, you see these rumours for yourself. City guard, bandits and Inox swarm the property. Their clothes are dirty, their eyes pure white, and the entire place reeks of black magic. You move towards the door, but find the Summoner is not with you. Retreating, you find her gasping for breath on the floor, next to a Harrower. Follow me. You are taken aback by the Harrower's grinding voice, but it doesn't appear to notice your reaction. The Summoner pulls herself to her feet and nods to you. Reluctantly, you follow the Harrower. If you didn't know better, you would think you could see a city street through the library's doorway. Okay. Overkill by 4 points of damage? Professional, I think, is more likely. What have we got in terms of equipment? We've got plenty of equipment, so I think we should be able to make that work. As for the Summoner, use no items. The only item we've got is the Scroll of Healing, so sure, let's go for Purist. There's no way I'm going near a Harrower. Why are you following one? I think the Summoner summoned it. I'm sure she has a plan. That oversized bug is part of the plan. Keep it safe. The other thing in this library seems to want to kill it as much as they want to kill us. Well, it is a Harrower Elite. So, it's got Retaliate 2. And looking at the room, we've got to plow through and then come around to here. So, I think we're definitely going to want the Thorn Shooter out. We're going to want it out as close to this doorway as possible. So, hypothetically, what have we got that's going to move us? Mighty Bond will move us through, and Wild Animation to the other side. Okay, so that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we jump to there, we summon, and then we're good for the future. What are we going to do over this side? I feel like I want a bit of an alpha strike if we can. Enhancement field, reviving shock. This guy's going to be a bit of trouble, but we can have the Tinkerer tank. Maybe we should call him the Tankerer. Yeah, reviving shock and enhancement field. And that should help the Harrower as well. Well, he's going quick, but he's not really doing anything. The Harrower's not really doing anything. And the Archer's doing some plinking. And it's immobilized, so... Hey! Don't be doing that. Right. Get the old aura going, and then we're going to hit... I think probably... you two to start off with. We don't need to use the eagle eye goggles at this point. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have. Okay, let's get reviving shot back. Hop through to the other side, and we'll get the thorn shooter out. Did say using no items. Restorative Mist will let us put a little bit of health over here. And we could just tank with the shield. It's not the worst idea. Over here, we'd want to act relatively quickly. Let's say Blackfire and Grasping the Void, so we can start getting curses out on them. Okay, Harrow's doing retaliation at range. We're going to be adding to that shield. Good job, Thorn Shooter. Right. Grasping the Void. We're mostly doing this for the curse. Yeah, you're the biggest threat. Cool. We could move down and muddle him as well. Alright. Feeling a bit happier about this room at the moment. We could get a stun shot on him. That would be pretty effective. And Volatile Concoction would give you a card back. That's reasonable. Unwavering Hand allows us to move relatively quickly. Volatile Flame lets us make another attack. We can't move, so we'll just have to do what we can. Harrower, that's really unlucky. Well, we might actually get rid of that poison. Ooh, an extra target. Yeah, stun them both. That is definitely going to be worth it for us. Take Mighty Bond back. Seeing as we've been poisoned, let's get rid of that poison. And we are at a disadvantage, but we'll try regardless. Okay, time to move and start grabbing some of the money. Net Shooter reviving shock. He's stunned, he's not going anywhere. Mighty Bond lets us get another attack out of our Thorn Shooter. It's only attack 2, but it does mean we get the poison and then a bit more. And Oozing Manifestation, which we can use to do a curse as well. I love it. Yeah, just move in and grab the money. Little bit of healing for our Harrower friend. It was not a massively effective attack. That's a nice effective attack. Oh, you're not quite close enough. Well, we'll just use it for a regular attack then. It's unfortunate, but we did get the curse out. Carry on with. In fact, we can move slower over here, I think, because he's immobilized. He's not going anywhere. Let's say hook gun and ink bomb, and you can do what you can. It's potentially going to be a painful hit. We're going to burn 2 discarded cards rather than taking 10 damage. That is just obscene. Let's lose Mighty Bond and Volatile Flame. Did not like that one iota. Yeah, pull him closer. Skip, stay by the thing where you are. Okay, what are we going to do here? There's no point in stepping on hazardous terrain even for a little bit of gold. So we'll move towards the door, ready for next turn. We could get Shadow Wolves out now. I'm wondering whether it's worth us doing the stamina booster so that you can get your card back. I think it probably is, because that would overall extend the amount of time we can stay in here quite significantly. And we're going to do a long rest anyway, so yeah, let's do that. Stamina booster, and you can get back Volatile Flame. Skip the various movement abilities, and there's the long rest. We're going to lose. Oozing Manifestation. Okay, you don't need to rest, so we can just do a short rest. And push in to the next room. Restorative Mist gets you into the doorway, does a little bit of healing, and it moves quickly, which I quite like. Enhancement Field would allow us to get a reasonable range attack, but that's assuming that there's stuff right next to us. We could take Ink Bomb as a potential nuke in the corridor. And then over here we'll move a little bit slower with Black Fire and Grasping the Void. Okay, I think we'll still push in rather than giving that one healing. Oh, actually, no, we're kind of stuck giving that healing there, aren't we? That's fine. You're not in range for the Ink Bomb, so we will skip the attack. Let the wolves in. What are you guys actually doing? Attack 3, range 3, and you're just moving 2. So here is still relatively safe. Yeah, that Harrow Infestor is just way too far away to be useful. Okay. Next shooter will get us in a bit closer. Enhancement Field gets a decent ranged attack off. Unwavering Hand lets us heal ourselves. Volatile Flame lets us attack him. That Harrow is really not being particularly useful. No matter which way you stretch it, not being that useful at all. Okay, that's pretty cool. Fine with the Tinkerer taking that hit. Even more fine with this. Shame about these being in the way, but it is what it is. Oh, do we attack? You know what, let's attack with disadvantage. Cool, we got him killed. So we can heal ourselves up. Stun shot will move us quite far in. We could flamethrower both of them, but that would kill it. Or we could do something like hook gun over here and start 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if we hook gun, pull them onto the hazardous terrain, that's actually a really nice idea. Let's do a long rest on this side. Ow. Fine. I guess we're pulling you onto your own traps. Because that's really not what I was expecting. So range 3, yeah. Let's step in a little bit closer. Oh, it's only on one of them. Let's go for the closer guy. Does mean we've got a bit of a bottleneck over this back area, which is a shame. Let's take off Blackfire. Okay, we're going to have to use Volatile Concoction. So Flamethrower, Volatile Concoction, that will give a card back. Unwavering Hand will get some healing over here. Grasping the Void allows us to potentially move in a little. Oh, maybe we could actually use Unwavering Hand to force him to move on to his trap. That would also be fun. We'll see. We'll see. Thorn Shooter's got a decent range. I can pull him closer and stun him actually. Because he is just out of range, but if we hit him and pull him this way, we can get a curse stun on him. And that's worth it. Right, give you back Grasping the Void. Proximity Mine, Crankbow. And yeah, Grasping the Void again and Volatile Flame. Being unable to move is annoying, but we can step in. It's just we'll take damage. Or we let the wolf attack. It's only attack 2. So this is as good. Give him a stab. Things are at least getting a little bit closer. But yeah, now that he is further away, we're going to have to move up if we're going to hit him. Another curse, nicely done. Okay, long rest over here. Long rest over here. Bring the Thorn Shooter in closer. Keep the walls where they are. And we'll lose Volatile Flame. And I think we'll lose crank bow on this side. Okay, I think we can kind of eke our way towards that final room. Let's say Restorative Mist and Volatile Concoction. Restorative Mist is going to let us do a little bit of healing, and we're going to want to do this the other way around. Volatile Concoction is going to allow us to give a card back. It's going to be better for us to do Volatile Concoction next turn, actually, looking at it. So let's just move in a little with Net Shooter, and we'll waste Proximity. No, we'll waste Flamethrower as a card usage. We need to use Unending Dominance, so let's say Unwavering Hand, Unending Dominance. So step in, get a little bit of money. Want you to move in a bit. Shadow Rules, stay where you are. Unwavering Hand, heal on up. Unending Dominance. Get back these burned cards. Okay, now we can do Volatile Concoction. So we don't want to move too far. Well, we're not going to move at all, actually. So let's say Ink Bomb and Volatile Concoction. We need you to be in a bit. So Mighty Bond, move around the corner. Yeah, Mighty Bond and Oozing Manifestation. Alley up, round we go. You can have a card back. Let's give you Mighty Bond back. That's going to give you a whole other turn before you need to rest. And we can use Stun Shot to get up to the door. Hell, we could even use Stun Shot to push into the room. So if we're doing that and going for it, we've got enough health. We could use Enhancement Field to just attack, or Hook Shot to hook something and pull it in. Let's say Enhancement Field. From here, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we've got most of the room covered. Blackfire would get us near. And Volatile Flame to waste for the moment. Yeah, that Harrow just doesn't move enough to be worthwhile. Oh, actually, we can't quite make it into the room, can we? Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh well. Skip the enhancement field attack then. Bring the Thorn Shooter closer. Bring the Wolves closer. At the very least, they'll be in the right place. Okay, now we're ready to push in. So, Restorative Mist and Hook Gun. I think that works well. Mighty Bond, Grasping the Void. Let's see what the room brings us. Our floating friend seems to be drawn to this room. This should be the last push. Hang on. Am I the only one who finds it strange that all the city fits inside this rotting building we saw outside? I learned not to ask questions in this profession a long time ago. Okay, what have we got? We've got the shaman. There's 2 of them. They're going to do a little bit of ranged attacking, but not too bad. We've got the city archer. He's going to do a bit more, higher range. Then we've got the ancient artillery, which is going to be doing immobilized range shenanigans. So I think it's going to be best if we kind of push this way. I could grab this and pull it closer. That would be amusing. But no, we're going to grab you and pull you around here. This has the potential to be really quite painful. I'm hoping that our curses are going to carry us through quite a lot. Okay, Mighty Bond on you. He will die on his next turn, if he doesn't die before then. Great. I think we're going to have to do a short rest. There's no 2 ways around it. We need some restorative mist on ourselves, and I think flamethrower for the shield. This is going to have to be a short rest up here as well. That's a shame. I like Mighty Bond. And we'll try and go quickly. Blackfire and Grasping the Void. Okay, Tinkerer. Get the old healing going. Get the shield going. Big hit from the first wolf. Can push in and start coming down the side. Let's go for it. Unfortunately, it didn't quite get him, but okay, that wasn't too bad. Enhancement field will benefit everything that's touching us. So right now it'll benefit here. As they move through, it'll benefit there. So I quite like that. And hook gun would allow us to like hit down here as well. But it means we're moving a bit slowly, which means it's not going to affect our friends as much as I thought. So let's say instead net shooter and enhancement field. So unwavering hand, oozing manifestation, or volatile flame, oozing manifestation. We'll just try and get maximum damage going out as quickly as possible. Now with these guys being right on each other, This feels like a pretty smart choice. Good time to use the Eagle Eye goggles. Poor Thorn Shooter. It desperately needs that extra movement. Okay, Summoner. What are these things doing? Attack 3, range 5. I think we want to move closer to them. Like, that's not good enough for us right now. I really want to get as much gold as possible, but we may need to do like a loop maneuver to do that. Oh, painful. Well, we were expecting to lose some. Hook gun would actually do for the loot. That'll loot all of these. So hook gun and ink bomb. And over this side we'll do a short rest. And we'll go Unwavering Hand and Grasping the Void and try and stun this. It's going to go before us though, which I do not like. Ooh, thankfully we had that curse on it. The shield's not a problem for our wolf, it's just going to pierce right through it. Not much use, but at the same time, not the worst thing. Let's see if we can move this. We can. Amusing. Ink bomb, piercing. I should have done it on the other one. And we'll grab all of this loot. 18, because it got the one in the corner as well. 2 cards burned in a single turn though. So we are running a little bit low and we should potentially be a little bit more careful. Now the Ancient Artillery was stunned, so not that much danger. Let's step on up. And oh, I should have used the other move. That's fine. We'll get the old curse on him. And we could summon a living bomb there, but we need the cards. We can afford to do a short rest. It's out of range for enhancement field. We could maybe do volatile concoction to try and help out a little bit over here, but we're going to have to do a short rest on the summoner anyway. I suppose we could long rest and let the wolf do its thing. So yeah, let's say Restorative Mist, we'll put some healing on. Flamethrower, we'll put some shielding on. That was fine. Wolf's going to charge in. It's got a wound on it. I love it. Oh, and it's going to die next turn. Amazing. This is exactly the kind of thing we want to see. So we will lose Unwavering Hand. What we're going to do is we're going to go fast with the Tinkerer, slow with the Summoner. Well, I say fast. Fast is a bit of a stretch. What we want is we want the artillery to die first so we can then just pick up the 2 bits of gold. There it goes. Okay. Step on. And finally, step on. 36 gold, another stonking amount to take away. With the room safe, the harrower that led you here disintegrates into a cloud of insects. The summoner gives you a stern look. After a short while, it reforms holding a battered book. The summoner takes the book and engulfs the harrower in energy from her staff. And when the light fades, it's gone. It's a good amount of ability XP. And of course, we got a perk from that. So, I just had quite the talk with the summoner. The book you reclaimed isn't needed to close the rift. It just sounds interesting and she fancied a read. She almost killed us for a lost spell book she doesn't even need. We can sell it, right? On the contrary, she still needs the book, just not for the rift. The summoner now has a safer way for you all to travel back to that dungeon. Okay, well, let's have a look at the perk first of all. We're going to go for the envenomment. And then in the future, we'll probably do the 2 intense and then the focuses. And I think that's going to be a really good way for the summoner to round out nicely. Over in the trainer, the Tinkerer has done enough negative conditions to gain another perk. So we'll assign that now as well. And for this one, I think we'll go for Resilient. I think it's a good time to do it before we get into too dangerous scenarios. Now, let's have a quick look at the summoner's cards. So, wild animation. If we want to improve the move, it's going to cost 175. We just don't quite have enough, and I do want to improve that. For Living Night, we want to do, well, basically both upgrades on this at some point. But right now, oh, we use it a lot. That's the thing. We use it a lot. And Living Night is one of our final ones. So maybe we just take the time to upgrade our Shadow Wolves, make them a bit harder to kill and hit a bit harder. Can't afford both of them at the moment though. So let's leave it. We can now apply Immobilize with our enhancements. So that's really nice. There's only a few left to do. Air, Earth, Dark and Light. Everything else we have unlocked. So that's a really good place for us to be. And a little bit of money for some more kills. Right, well that is going to be it for this episode. I'm afraid we're out of time for today. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you are continuing to enjoy this. We're doing well getting everyone upgraded to level 4. We're about halfway through the roster right now, I'd say. Slightly less than halfway through, but if you look at some of the other bits of experience that we've got, it's about there. As always, if you have enjoyed this, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for some more Gloomhaven Guildmaster. see you soon.